In our first story, the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta will today deliver the 2021 first quarter budget statement to Parliament. Ahead of that, Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu is urging him to ensure he doesn't cover up the extent of the damage this NPP administration has caused to the economy. We will bring you that story a bit later, but in the meantime, a number of Ghanaians have been complaining bitterly about the poor state of road infrastructure leading to and from their various communities. For instance, on Joy Ballot Box held in 4 different communities so far, poor road network topped the list of issues the electorate indicators will influence their vote come December 7. Participants at the Hohoe Ballot Box program spent a greater part of the 2-hour show holding their parliamentary candidates to account for the slow pace of work on the poor Eastern Corridor Road. Some issues came up at the Sojamang Adom Ballot Box production, where traditional authorities dwelled heavily on the terrible nature of roads in the municipality. The situation was not different at the Ablekuma South constituency. Now, at the last event held at Boko, it saw a fierce expression of anguish from electorate at the constituents from Boko. Garu and Zebila interrogated their parliamentary candidates on the unmortuable state of roads linking the 3 communities, as well as the inner city roads.
All the time on JoyNews. And I think my problem is these our politicians, they take us we Ghanaians granted. When they see that when it is time for election, before we see them on the road with their machines, which is very bad. They think that without them, there's no anything. But I want to assure them that the moment you want to show yourself to us, we Ghanaians will show to you. Because I remember that the time our former president, he brought the machines on the road. The road was done continuously. The moment this our former president Nana Akufo-Addo, he came to power. When I used to do all the road in Ghana, he sacked all the people on the road. And I am a Ghanaian. I need to express myself to everybody in Ghana that you know.
I'm Charles Doji Gidisu, a civil society leader. The Eastern Corridor Road has a history. At least I was a witness to 2008 electionary campaign where President Mills promised fixing the Eastern Corridor Road. 2010, Togbe Apede was a regional House of Chiefs, their chairperson. He called on the president that the road was not constructed with the chiefs in the region. 2011, contractors were brought on road. We know construction started from Asikuma towards Have. By then I was a student, so I was always using the road. After 2012 election, 2013, contractors were moved away from the road. So 2013, there was no construction ongoing on Eastern Corridor Road. 2014, there was no construction ongoing on Eastern Corridor Road. 2015, getting to the end of 2015, when election was approaching, and there was agitation from residents in the region, particularly traditional leaders and young youth groups like us. They brought contractors and scattered them across the district along the Eastern Corridor Road. And immediately after election, that was obviously for purposes of election. Otherwise, on what basis was construction which was started during President Mills' time, sword was cut by him? On what basis was it stopped after 2012 election? I am seeking for that information from the government that took over in 2013. Okay.
Now, when we look at Boku, the name of Boku looks bigger than the town itself. When you look at the inner city roads, very bad. You can't take at least 3 steps without a pothole. You have been in government. What are the 3 key things you have done to the people of Boku that you expect us to still vote for you to go back to parliament?
The mainstay of the people is Gary processing. For the women especially, the rough state of the road makes it difficult transporting the Gary to the market for sale.
My name is Maji Linda. I come from Nyakuma. The dust on this road is worrying us. Everywhere, including our homes, belongings and clothes, are covered in dust. We find it difficult getting transport here to the market because of the road. Some drivers take advantage to charge high fares. If government fails to work on this road, we will not vote this year. Nana Satakofi II is the chief of Nyakuma. Says if the road is not constructed before the December 7 election, no ballot boxes should be brought into Nyakuma.
No quarry, it you have a bree and a bra ye Nyakuma for an assessment fasa ye otimante muha. Chirasa no me bree I say a faso bahano, ye nyesa umpuntunu krumha. Ya no ma ya duba na a kaurum. The
lack of development in the Oti region can be blamed on this bad road. Trucks transporting yams to the market break down and empty their contents in the middle of the road, impeding traffic at all times.
So what are the authorities doing about the roads ahead of the elections? Here were some responses from the Boku Central Member of Parliament during last Friday's ballot box in his constituency.
Who had a major problem, which is how to even get from here to Bolgatanga. It was a major problem for so many years. And so during my tenure as Member of Parliament and as a Minister of State, my focus in lobbying was to get the Boku-Bolgatanga road constructed. And in 2016, we finally succeeded, and President John Dramani Mahama, God Galvao, set up to do the Bolga, Boku, and added Pulmokum road, and the project is ongoing, as you can see. During that period, I had to make a choice. You cannot be asking for a major project like Boku-Bolga road to be done, and at the same time be asking for money for the township roads to be done. So I had to make a choice. And the president supported my choice and proceeded to award the contract for Bolga, Boku, and Pulmokum. Made a political.
We are making efforts to speak to the Ministry of Roads and Highways to respond to some of the issues that have been raised, but they have not spoken to us. They have not responded yet. When they do, we'll bring you that response.